There was 500 people trying to kill us. They spat in Alex Stein's face, and we needed a police escort to get out.
Gavin McInnes is one of the main speakers for Wednesday's roast of Kamala Harris at USC's Russell House. He's talking about how important security is for these types of events and says that violence is caused from opposing viewpoints.
Students have been brainwashed into violence. They become apoplectic when they're confronted with something that contradicts their belief system.
26,784 people have signed a petition calling for our event tonight, the roast of Kamala Harris with Milo Yiannopoulos and Gavin McInnes at the University of South Carolina, to be canceled. And then on Wednesday, September 11th, the University of South Carolina Student Senate voted 27-10 to deny $3,576.99 in funding for our event. With all of this backlash, we have taken some time to reevaluate the status of this event. And after lots of careful thought and deliberation, we have made the difficult decision to go forward with the event as planned. Additionally, we have filed a lawsuit against the University of South Carolina for violating our First Amendment rights by failing to remain viewpoint neutral and thus denying funding for our event. The short version is, we will sue everyone who infringed on our right to freedom of speech and tried to prevent us from hosting this event. You can threaten us, you can smear us, you can defund us, but you cannot stop this event from happening.
That is their right to file a lawsuit. USC does not care about lawsuits. They have thousands of lawsuits pending. They have lawsuits pending where they have not treated African Americans right in terms of organizational structure charts. A lawsuit does not mean that they'll win, does not mean they're right. I think it's ridiculous. It's going to be a frivolous lawsuit, and we should welcome their lawsuit.
This comes after nearly 30,000 people signed an online petition demanding the university stop the roast from happening. USC's student government denied funding to the group for the roast, but has previously approved money for other politically themed events. Students are split on what's happening at Wednesday's roast, but some still plan to attend.
I do not support this at all. I do not support them being here, anything that's going on. But I just kind of want to educate myself on things that I don't know about, maybe it'll help me, elections coming up. And this is my first year I can vote, so I kind of just want to get all sides of the spectrum.
I looked at them on TikTok, and the things that they are promoting are very controversial. And I know a lot of people didn't want them to come. So I just want to see other people's opinions.
I don't see myself wanting to be around that type of people, that type of environment, and I completely disagree with what's going on today.
The fact that they're filing a lawsuit about it is crazy. Just because you're coming onto the campus, you're promoting an event that is obviously causing a lot of discomfort across the campus. I understand that you want to exercise your right of freedom of speech. By all means, do that. But we have the State House right over there.
WACH Fox News reached out to the university about the lawsuit, and a spokesperson tells us they haven't seen the lawsuit, but they have a policy of not commenting on pending litigation.
Any reasonable person would have known, sorry, I'm reading from the lawyer, any reasonable person would have known that to cancel my speech was an infringement and violation of my First Amendment rights. An agent of public university acting under the color of law who violates blah, 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 whatever. So I'm going to read you a list of names now. Now, it costs $405 to sue people in South Carolina. So the following people are all getting sued. And if you're here, please put your hand up. I'd love to hear from you and serve you personally. Okay. All right. Okay, so look, I'm not accusing any of these people of a crime, but they are going to get sued unless they do one thing, which is this. Tomorrow morning, come at 9 o'clock, with a check. If you are a member of the Student Senate, I will let you off for $1,000. Some nice guy, nice guy. If you are a faculty member here, it's going to cost you 10 grand. Sign this piece of paper and I won't see you. Now, I know that sounds like extortion. It does, but it's not, because I checked. It's a settlement. It's a great thing in America that most people call extortion, which America calls a settlement conference. So this is a settlement. Thank you. So this is a settlement conference. Come tomorrow if I read your name out, and you won't get sued. But you do have to pay. And you put $1,000 if you're on the Student Senate, or $10,000 if you are a member of the faculty.
We have team coverage tonight of that political roast at USC targeting Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, for weeks now, we've been telling you about this, and there have been a number of calls from alumni, students, and state lawmakers to call off the event, but the university didn't do that. They stood firm. They said this is a free speech issue, and even if someone doesn't agree with the topic, they won't stop it. We begin our team coverage with Joey Matei. He's at the USC Russell House where that roast ended about 45 minutes ago or so. Some critics describe this as hate speech coming into it and that it had the potential for violence, but what actually happened?
Yeah, Brian, that roast wrapped up about, like you said, 45 minutes ago, and people are still lingering here in the lobby, but everything went pretty smooth considering the concerns that many people had going into tonight's event. Now, a lot of people packed the theater here at the Russell House, but not everybody in the audience agreed with what the speakers had to say. Now, more than 100 people were in attendance tonight to see speakers Gavin McInnes and Milo Yiannopoulos, who hosted a comedy event that was aimed at Vice President Kamala Harris. But the speakers spent very little time talking about Harris, and the group did criticize Harris's policies and suggested that she didn't have any real solutions to the country's problems. Now, the event started with a message from Uncensored America founder Sean Semenko. He referenced the online petition that had more than 20,000 people sign it to have this event banned from campus. Now, the first speaker was Gavin McInnes, who delivered a profanity-filled comedy routine and shared a message that even though some might not like, he is saying that in America it is allowed by the First Amendment and that more people become silenced, the more America loses what makes it special. Now, opponents voiced their concerns during the roast and then became a part of the event and had jokes made about them. Now, that's something that organizers say that they are trying to show and bring back to society, but some have very mixed emotions about the event.
I think it's a good thing because I think it's important to get both sides of the spectrum, to see things and opinions from every person, really, before making a decision. But I think they should have dialed it down a little bit, but I mean, it's freedom of speech. They're allowed to say what they want to say at the end of the day.
I got called a bunch of names. My friends got called a bunch of names. I thought we were at a free speech, nonpartisan, and it was very clearly conservative, and it didn't seem like our free speech was accepted there.
Now, there weren't too many protesters at this event, although this event did go off without a hitch, without some people in the audience causing some disruption and being told to leave by security. Live in Columbia, I'm Joey Matei, WACH Fox News, Local First.
Well, thank you, Joey. A long day and quite a build-up to this. Now, just a few blocks away from the Russell House where the roast was happening, but still on campus, student leaders hosted their own event that ran at the very same time as this roast. Our Kiana Jordan was there. She is still there on campus tonight. This event wrapped up not long ago either. What was going on there?
Brian, the Black Bonanza wrapped up here just about 30 minutes ago, and event organizers tell me they had a great turnout. About 1,500 students came out, and they said that's an unofficial tally of the event, so we'll know just how many students actually came out tomorrow. Now, while the student body president, Patton Byers, says this event was not an alternative event or a counter event to the political roast happening just up the street, some students felt different about that, but still say it was a great event to come out to.
We came tonight to see a better experience of USC, the culture, the experiences, what it has to offer and bring for us.
I think it's very, it's uniting all of us together, and it's giving good vibes and good energy.
Hundreds of University of South Carolina students dancing, enjoying rage rooms, inflatables, free food, and fun at the student-sponsored Black Bonanza Wednesday night.
And this is the event on our campus. It's not an alternate event. It's not a counter event. It's just the event on our campus, and you can see that with the lines outside of our event and students that are in here, students dancing right outside of us. This is the event on our campus, and we do this all the time. And
this event happening at the same time and just down the street from a controversial political roast targeting Vice President Kamala Harris that was put on by another student group.
Well, I mean, there's obviously the event at Russell House, and if they can have their event, we can have our event, a more positive, unifying message rather than whatever's being spewed over there.
I wanted to get out of my dorm room since I was close at Russell, so I wanted to have a space where I could feel safe and have a fun time with my fellow students.
The University of South Carolina president also making an appearance at Wednesday's event, and students were grateful for the free festivities. This event went on for several hours, and again, event organizers say it had a great turnout, nearly 1,500 students, and that's an unofficial tally. Students had so much fun at the event. The student body president, Patton Byers, said that he would look into making this an annual celebration. Live in Columbia, I'm Kiana Jordan, WACH Fox News, Local First.